Several new areas in Region 6 will receive electricity from GPL soon. Ronetta Cott reports.
Regional Chairman of Region 6, Mr. David Armagon, during a recent interview with media operatives, reported that newly developed housing schemes within the region will soon receive access to electricity.
There's a new area in town here at the back, it's called Field New Area. Quite a number of persons, about 50 persons in the back there, 50 new homes. And lands that will get no by electricity. And so electricity is not in that area. So we're hoping to provide electricity in that area. I don't want to make a commitment that it will be done before Christmas, but I know Minister Indra is trying to work towards getting that done before the holiday.
Apart from those new housing schemes, villages that have never received electrical services will also benefit from the project, which will be conducted by the Minister of Public Works, Deodat Indar.
But then there are some other areas too, in various new areas that have been set up, like new housing schemes. There are parts of some new housing schemes that also they don't have electricity, and so we are also working with the ministry to ensure that look if they have those areas that are presently without electricity, so that electricity is a basic need for people, and so once you're around the society here, we have a duty to make sure that we can some level of convenience.
It is important, the chairman noted, for these communities to benefit from electricity, especially now.
A lot of these people too have children that are going to school, and they can't study in the night unless they have electricity. They can't have computers, they can't have TVs, and so basic things in life that people are supposed to get, they have to do without because there is no electricity. So these are some of the areas that we're looking at, some of the areas that have never been given electricity, and these are areas that I'm talking about that have been there for 5-6 years. There are some areas in 43 Village 2 at the back there that have never been given electricity. So we look at all these small areas and try to see what we can do for them.
Mr. Armagon later added that some of these communities may not have had electricity due to their distance from electric poles.
Some areas that don't have electricity and can be entitled to electricity because the poles are not too far away from where they live. The GPL has been asking them to pay $300,000 or so to get current attached to their home, and that's because they live a little distance away from where the last post is. So they have to pay for the additional wire to get to their homes, and sometimes that works out to $250,000–300,000.
He also added,
so those are some of the places that we will be looking at. There are places too in Blackish Polar that don't have electricity because of the same problem that I'm explaining, because of the distance where the last post was and where new houses are now put. And so there are areas too in Corriverton, which is like 73 number 76 areas. Those are new areas, and as I said, Canefield area we're looking at, 43 area we're looking at. So those are basically 3 areas that I can really think of right now. But wherever the problem is, we will be looking at it and to see if we can bring it.
Armagon then stated that these services will not be installed at squatting areas.
People squatting on government reserves, we cannot take it's very difficult to take these services to them, like GWI and GPL services, because the government is not really tolerating squatting. There's a zero tolerance for squatting as of now. People who have been there before, government will obviously have to make a decision on how to treat with those, but people who are now going to occupy government reserve without permission and without, well, you shouldn't be occupying government reserve in the first place. So squatting will not be tolerated at all.
This project is aimed at bringing comfort to the people within the region who have been living without electricity. Reporting for Channel 8 News, Ronetta Cott.